did I build this? Well, it's easier than you think. And once you've got to grips with building the main structure, it's really just about file maintenance and a bit of copying and pasting. Let's start from scratch with a blank canvas. To create a new document, you can use the shortcut Ctrl-N. For this task, we'll choose Diagram. So here's our new inspiration document. Not particularly inspiring just yet, but it will be very shortly. If you're quite particular like me, you might want to adjust some of the factory default settings before you get started. These can be found under Utility. It's all about personal preference, and for me, I prefer this particular symbol shape. I like it without the shadow, and I like to slightly increase the default line thickness. I'm also going to choose my preferred symbol font type, Century Gothic. Next, I make my arrows a little thicker, and I like to remove the white text background. And next, I'm also going to change the font type in Outline Defaults to match Word's default font, which is Calibri. So when composing essays and inspiration, this font is for the body of the text. You probably also want to amend the outline margins too, so your documents export correctly when you transfer any mind maps to Word. It's easy to do, and I set these to Word standard page setup, which is 2.54 centimeters. So just to show you what that means, on the left is a document exported with the default margin settings, and the one on the right has margins adjusted to be 2.54. If I click Finish, these changes will apply to every map going forward. We can of course make further customizations within the individual maps. Note, you can also access preferences under Utility, which allows you to further customize your workspace. For any Mac users, you'll find Preferences by clicking on the top left of the menu bar where it says Inspiration. Right, let's now get to work on our study map. By right-clicking on the background, I can change the background colour to instantly make it more visually appealing. This looks a bit friendlier. I'm going to change the colour of this symbol, something a bit warmer. And on this page, I'd like them to look a little bit bigger. Let's then give it the title of the course, BA Honours History of Art. And I can find all the course information I need to build my study map in the student handbook. So let's link the PDF document to the symbol. To do this, simply select the symbol and choose either Hyperlink from the toolbar, or alternatively, right-click and choose Edit Hyperlink. For this, we'll be hyperlinking a file, so then we select File and then just browse to where it's saved. If it's not appearing, just change the file type from Readable to All Files. And you should then see it pop up. Let's click Open and hit OK. Our hyperlink now opens up to our student handbook. Let's now create some symbols for the academic years. So let's select the symbol and hit Rapid Fire. This allows me to get things on the page quickly, so I'm going to type Year 1, press Enter, Year 2, press Enter, Year 3, press Enter. Now we click on the background to stop. Perfect. Now let's add a bit more colour. I'm now going to make this look a bit more structured by selecting Auto Arrange. I then need to untick it so I can adjust these arrows. So for this task, I think removing the arrowheads might look nicer. And I'm also going to change the colour. And I'm going to change the font style to be Century Gothic. I now want to add some text to an arrow, so we click on the arrow to activate the text box. Here I'm going to add the dates for year 1. Let's fast forward a bit. Okay, next up under Tools, I'm going to choose Show Checklist and also make sure Smart Checklist is ticked. So now, as you might remember, we can be ticking off the modules, the terms and the years as we progress. Smart Checklist means the main branch automatically gets a tick when all its sub-branches have been ticked. Now, before we create our next layer, we need to save our home page. Let's create a new folder called Inspiration. The document has automatically grabbed the title of the main topic, our degree, so let's leave that as the title. It's via this Inspiration study map that I can access all the other layers they'll be linked to. I'd advise saving these to cloud storage, such as OneDrive, Google Drive, or Dropbox. It means everything is safely backed up on your computer. Alternatively, you could back them up every so often on an external memory device. Right, let's now create a new layer for year 1. Highlight the symbol, right-click and select Edit Hyperlink. Remember, you can also click the hyperlink icon on the toolbar. This is going to be the door into a brand new map, so we want to tick New Inspiration Document. Up pops this dialog box, which asks us to save this new layer before we can continue. So this is probably the trickiest concept to grasp. We want to keep all our layers separate to our home page. Remember, we're going to be going via the home page to navigate all these different layers. I'm going to keep this map organised in a folder I'll create called Year 1. Let's click Save. Now let's repeat the same process to break down Year 1. Let's break this down into our terms. Again, let's now fast forward a little. Now I'm going to create my first navigation button so we can easily jump between Year 1 and our home page. You can use any icon from the symbol palette. I'm going to drag and drop an icon from one of my custom libraries and name it Home. Essentially, all these navigation buttons are just hyperlinks to other inspiration documents. So with the icon selected, I'll right-click and edit hyperlink. This time I'll choose File, as I want to link this to an existing inspiration document. So let's link it to the home page. Here it is. Press Open and hit OK. OK, let's resave, and as you can see, we can now rather cleverly jump between Year 1 and our home page. Once you've created a navigation button, you can simply copy and paste the links onto other layers of your study map. So let's copy our home button already, and you can either right-click or use the shortcut Ctrl+C. I want to expand the spring term, so again, click the symbol and let's hyperlink to a new inspiration document. It will always ask us to save it before we can continue, and every layer that I now create will be saved to my Year 1 folder. Make sure to give each inspiration document a specific name to ensure you don't accidentally replace one that's already been saved there. Let's paste the Home button that we've just saved to the clipboard. Let's now create symbols for our 4 modules. Again, let's hit the Fast Forward button. Let's stop right there, as it's time to add another navigation button. Really easy. I'm going to drag and drop another icon from the symbol library, and this time I'm going to link it to my Year 1 page. So right click, edit hyperlink, choose file, and select Year 1. Press open and hit OK. Let's now jump to Year 1 and back again. So now the really important bit, the organisation of all your module content. I'd recommend creating a template, one that you can slightly adjust for each different module, though you could quickly create one from scratch. Here's one of my templates, and I'm going to slightly customise it. So let's add the name of the module, Debates in Art History. And I'll change this to be Picture Analysis. Let's now make these a nice shade of green. And I'll do the same on the right. And then I'm going to save it as a separate document in my Year 1 folder. Again, it grabs the title of the main topic, so this one will be called Debates in Art History. Now that's saved, let's close this down. We now want to link it to our study map. So let's click on the module and edit hyperlink, and this time, rather than creating a new one, we can link to the one we've just saved. So choose File, and here it is, Debates in Art History. So click Open and hit OK. Let's click on the hyperlink to open it back up. So it's here where we can create doors into different areas of our module, using exactly the same process. Clicking on a symbol, hyperlinking to a new inspiration document, and saving it into our Year 1 folder. Let's create one for our reading list. So hyperlink, new inspiration document, and save it to our Year 1 folder. I'm going to link to a Google book here. So let's first grab a symbol from our symbol palette. Create a symbol in this direction. This is for the Oxford Dictionary of Art. Add a hyperlink. And this time, we'll choose Web Page. I've already copied the URL I want to my clipboard, so it's just a case of pasting it in the link field. This will now take me straight to the book. So this means you can now organise your research, access journals, jump to websites such as Google Books, all by creating hyperlinks. Make sure to personalise your study maps by adding images. You can create your own symbol libraries, import saved graphics, or simply copy and paste an image from the internet. I'm going to copy the front cover of the book, and now I can paste it onto the symbol. So it really is an approachable and colourful way to organise your course. One thing to remember, the same file can be linked to as many symbols as you like. So for example, our Get Stuff Done page might be applicable to every module, so it can be linked and therefore accessed from each one. So I'm going to link this here. So it's Get Stuff Done. And this might look familiar from the first video. Back to the home page. And let's add the finishing touch. So that's really all the tools you need to make a start. If you want to look at the complete example from the first video, you can download it as a zip file using the link in the description. It could be that you want to use elements from it when you create your own. So give it a go and post me a comment if you hit any obstacles. I think you'll find it great for motivation, and it's also a good way to get a bit of ownership of your computer when you're not studying. It means everything can be accessed from one place, and it's a digital work area that's personalised and tailored to your studies.